All right, guys, it's officially dark now, even though there's freaking lightning everywhere. That's what I got to deal with. The tornadoes were just south of me. I'm going to go ahead and head inside the shop. It is getting closer. The lightning's starting to pick up. The wind is starting to pick up and the rain. So I'm going to head inside the shop. Whew, it's going to be a long night. What's up, people? So this is a continuation of the last video. It's about 4 o'clock now. It's been about, I don't know, 3 hours of no rain. The creek has gone down a ton, I'll just say that. You can actually see the water hose back here. I'm actually gonna grab the sump pump. Speaking of that, maybe y'all should just wait and watch the video for commenting. There was a ton of people saying, why don't you just use a sump pump, get the sump pump from the creek. I actually mentioned that at the 15-minute mark of my last video, so that just tells me who's watching and who's not watching the whole video. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and grab it over here. I'm gonna take it to the shop. I'm gonna keep it inside there, get ready for tonight, because tonight it's gonna get really, really crazy. Hopefully I can get that shop to not flood, and hopefully it doesn't flood too bad around here. All right, so you can see how low it is now. It was all the way up the bank to about up there, so about waist deep. This is the little bridge that I normally walk across. It does have some debris left on it. It does go back over. You can see all the grass that was pushed over from earlier, but it's back to almost normal. It's still pretty high, but I'm just glad that I'm able to get the sump pump. It is back over there once again. I'm gonna go ahead and grab that real quick and then head up to the shop. All right, you can see I did put the sump pump in there. It is starting to pump out a little bit of water. Those form tubes are pretty much destroyed. I have a different build plan anyway, so I'm not gonna be using these. That's why I'm not moving them out of here. Once everything dries up, I'm gonna take all those out and just burn them. But I do have the pump down there. I'm gonna keep it in there throughout the night. I do have the hose running over here, out the shop. And then out into the yards where it's gonna drain out towards the creek. All right, so I'm heading back to my camper. I have everything situated over there at the shop for now. I do need to bring some extra gas over there for the generator, make sure it is running that heat lamp and a sump pump throughout the night. I'll probably realistically stay the night in the shop, have the door shut, stay in there with all the animals, make sure everybody's safe. I don't really mean to come off rude too much about the sump pump comment, but I don't know, it just kind of makes me think, like, do people even watch these videos, or are they just comment as soon as they start? And then I know probably 95% of the people do have very good intentions, and I very much appreciate it. But looking at it from my perspective, it's a little irritating when you see something that you've mentioned in a video and a ton of comments are saying that. So hope you guys didn't take too much of offense to that. So I'm gonna go ahead and relax here in the camper a little bit. I need some rest. It's gonna be a long night. I swear, Oklahoma's like my ex-girlfriend. Freaking bipolar. One minute it's torrential rains and hail, the next minute the sun's out. As I'm talking, the sun just got behind a cloud. I have been watching the Weather Channel whenever I do get service, and I do know there is a big squall line that's coming through. It's going to be raining throughout the night. I did bring up some extra gas here on the side-by-side. I filled up the generator. I had the sump pump ready to go. I'm going to be locking up all the dogs in the shop tonight. I will be sleeping in there. I'm probably going to sleep on the recliner or the couch that's inside the bird's nest, which is Jason and Danielle's room. So I've kept Jason updated throughout the day on everything, and right now it looks peaceful, but I know how things could get. Normally when it's peaceful, give it an hour or so and it'll change. You can already see the dark clouds starting to roll in. The phone really doesn't do it justice, but I guess you can actually see the cloud line right here. It is lightning and thundering in the distance. I think what I saw online at about 6:30 or 7, that's when the wind and the rain's supposed to start coming in. It is starting to get really dark right there, but I am very much prepared. It's gonna be a long night. All right, guys, it's changing quick. You can already see how dark it is right above me now. It went from sunny and calm to really windy to back calm again, but this over here, it's starting to get super dark. So I don't know. I think I'm in for a treat tonight. When I say treat, y'all know what I mean. It's it's gonna be a shit show tonight. But it is definitely getting dark, and I am here at the shop. I have all the dogs already locked up. I'll turn around this way just to show you. Doors are shut. I already have all the dogs inside. I have all my gas and everything once again. I feel like I'm very prepared this time, but you never know. You can't be too prepared for possible tornadoes, hail, all that kind of stuff. So I am sitting right here on the side-by-side, just kind of looking at the clouds, see if I see any rotation or anything. But back over on the distance, back behind you guys, the clouds are going pretty quick. It is a little eerie feeling. It is kind of quiet. There's no sounds whatsoever as far as bugs, birds, and all that. It was earlier, but they completely stopped. That's what happened last time before the hard stuff hit. So we'll have to see what happens. All right, guys, I just got a text message from Paragon Ridge. Christian Payne messaged him and said, hey, there is a confirmed tornado on the ground just south of where I am. They pretty much know our general area. Robertson Belly Acres just texted me as well. Let me know about it. But the clouds are moving in really quick here. I don't know if it does this justice or not, but it's very, very, very quiet right now. It was a little bit windy earlier. You hear all the birds chirping, bugs and stuff, and you don't hear a freaking sound. It's very quiet. But over here, these clouds are moving in real quick. I know it's probably not the safest to be out here right now, but I want to have the eyes on the sky. If I see anything crazy or if I hear any loud train noises, I will run inside the shop. Once again, I do have the doors shut. All the animals are in there ready to go. I have the side-by-side actually backed in case I need to just take off in the front of the property, but I don't know. It's kind of, it's freaking creepy. I got chill bumps on my arms right now. I don't know if y'all can see that or not, but look at these birds just flying over, not a sound in the world. They're all flying this direction over here. So it makes me think that it is coming from this direction over here. I don't know. Can y'all see that? I don't know if it does it justice or not. But right up there, there's a little bit of a rotation. Nothing crazy though. Never been in a tornado before, but shit. It's got me on my toes for sure. There is something right here that's trying to form a little bit. Like I said, it is dead quiet out here. You can see the trees aren't moving whatsoever. I wanted to be quiet just for a second so y'all could hear that there was absolutely no sound out here. Look how dark those clouds are. That's crazy. This little section right here seemed like it came down just a little bit. Those clouds are moving fast. I know you guys are probably talking crap in the comments telling me to get inside the shop. I know you guys care, but this is the only place I get service, and I keep getting text messages, updates on where things are. So trust me when I say if this thing gets any worse, I'm jumping inside that shop as fast as I can. But look right there. That's moving super fast. All right, guys, I've been texting with Matt. I have a little bit of service right here in front of the shop. That's why I'm still outside trying to get updates, but I did get a notification from the Weather Channel in Seminole, Oklahoma. There was a tornado. It did do some damage. So I've had several people say this now, that there are confirmed tornadoes on the ground. Really and truly, I know you guys are saying get inside by now, but I want to keep eyes on the sky as much as I can. Trust me, I'm terrified of tornadoes, but I want to make sure that I'm good. There's only so much I can do if I go inside the shop. I mean, it is what it is, but that's a Payne family, Paragon, Robertson Belly Acres, my parents, Matt, everybody's been saying there's different tornadoes all around the area, but shit, look at this. I mean, it's still very, very calm. I'm just listening for sounds, looking at rotations. There's not been any lightning strikes close by or anything, but it's so freaking weird because there's birds flying and they're all flying back towards behind me. They're going from over this direction back behind me. And this is the direction they're coming from. I am starting to hear a little bit of bugs and stuff, which before it was dead silence. A little thunder off this way. I'm gonna try to see if I can get a little bit of service here. I gotta move around just a little bit. Matt was saying that there's a Ryan Hall on YouTube. I think it's who Corey and Cynthia watch too for weather. So I'm gonna tune into that real quick and we'll check back in. I think it's called Okima is the town. There was a confirmed tornado on the ground. Tons of birds, probably hundreds of them up here. I don't know if y'all can see them or not. I'm gonna zoom in a hair as much as I can. See all those birds going in circles? It's very, very hard to see, but they don't know which direction to go to. You probably can't see that, but there's probably hundreds of them going in one direction, they turn the other direction and just keep turning. All right, guys, so I just got off the phone with my parents. I actually got a little bit of cell signal. It's just the clouds are just rotating all around, all different directions. Y'all can see all the lightning off in the distance. It is still pretty calm, but as you can see, there is just, I mean, constant lightning. There were a couple of confirmed tornadoes on the ground just south of us. Right now, you're seeing to the northeast of me. And that's what's concerning me. To the south, it is definitely dark, but to the northeast, you got all the lightning, and I mean, y'all can see for yourself right here. All right, guys, it's officially dark now, even though there's freaking lightning everywhere. That's what I gotta deal with. The tornadoes were just south of me. I'm gonna go ahead and head inside the shop. It is getting closer. The lightning's starting to pick up. The wind is starting to pick up and the rain. So I'm gonna head inside the shop. Whew, it's gonna be a long night. All right, guys, so I'm in my bed for the night. It's just a recliner out here in the shop. I do have a sleeping bag to keep me warm. I'm still wearing all my wet clothes. Hopefully it doesn't get too bad. It is pouring right now and still thundering and lightning. The chickens, ducks, and rabbits are good. The dogs are asleep. I do have my alarm set for every few hours just to make sure everybody's still good. If it does start flooding in here, I do have the sump pump ready to go. Other than that, I'm exhausted and I'm ready to go to sleep. So hopefully the next time you see me, it'll be the daylight. I made it through the night. It is about 6:15 right now. I maybe got about an hour of sleep. It's just non-stop rain, my goodness. The sump pump finally caught up with the water in here, so the water has gone down, but it's crazy. Here's Daisy over here. But I'm gonna sleep good later on today when it stops raining, but I am very, very curious to see what it looks like outside because, like I said, it's just been, it never stopped raining the whole night, and I don't know. It's been a rough one. I'll just say that. I probably have big bags under my eyes. Look at Daisy trying to get up on this recliner with me, but you can see it is starting to get daybreak. I could see out the other way over here, the other window, just giant clouds. It's still thundering and lightning off in the distance. I don't know. I'll put the sleeping bag back over my head. That's all I've done all night. Just put it over my head and try to get a little bit of sleep here and there, but we'll check back in here in a little bit. Once it gets completely daylight outside, I'll check in and we'll see how high the creek is. Hopefully it's not too crazy. We'll see. All right, guys, so it's about almost 7 o'clock now. I just finished feeding all the animals. This creek had went up a ton. It has gone down, but you can see where the grass is pushed over. I'm gonna flip you guys around and show you real quick. All right, so you can see it went all the way up to the bank, which is probably a 6-foot tall section. And then all this is pushed over all the way to back here. So that creek was probably almost 20 feet wide at one point. I'd say maybe, I don't know, 6 feet deep. It washed it all the way out over here. All this grass over here is pushed down as well. I did not sleep good whatsoever last night. It knocked this big tree down right here. Once again, the creek is usually only like 2 feet wide or so, but I mean, it was up to this bank right here, which is, I mean, like I said, this part right here is about 5 feet deep, and it was as wide as all the way back to where that pipe is over there. All this stuff down here was pushed down. That just shows you how wide this creek was right here. I'd say this part right here is probably at least a good 20-25 feet wide. You can still hear it thundering in the distance, lightning. I hope this is all of it, but it's been one rough night. We're over here at the main bridge. It did wash up some of this debris over here. You can just see it was all the way over here, all the way up over the bank over there. All that stuff's pushed down. So once again, this whole thing was about 20 feet wide. I probably won't get too far from the shop because you can still hear the thunder and stuff in the back fairly close. But I mean, can't make this up. You can see where all the water was over here. Trying to get over here just so you guys get just a better understanding of how wide this stuff was, how crazy it was. So you're probably looking at least, I don't know, 10 feet, 12 feet off that side of the creek over there. And then all the way over here, this far over, up until this point over here. So, I mean, this part of the creek right here had probably the most, about 30 foot wide. All back in there is all washed out. I mean, that's some crazy stuff right there. So it rained about from 9 to 12 extremely hard. There was hail and stuff. And then the rest of the evening, it did rain. It wasn't like super hard the rest of the night, but it was constant rain. And it finally let up. I hope this thunder and stuff that's happening is actually going the opposite way. There were confirmed tornadoes just south here once again. I don't know. I'm tired. I'm ready for a nap. But the dogs are all doing good. All the farm animals are doing good, except we did have one casualty on the, there's more lightning. I gotta cross this bridge and get back to the shop. We'll talk about the casualty when I get back to the shop. So like I mentioned, there was one casualty. It was one of my female turkeys. I found it out in the yard. There's nothing I could do about it. The other ones were inside the barn doing good, but I'm just glad that it was nothing more than just that. I don't want to lose any animals, but I mean, the way these storms rolled through, I'm pretty blessed to only have lost one. So I'm gonna go ahead and start checking my notifications. As soon as I walked out of the barn or the shop here, I got a ton of notifications. Just to give you an idea, I went into the shop at 9 o'clock last night, came out about 6:30 this morning, and you have zero service inside that shop, or at least I do. So I'm gonna try to respond to everybody, let them know that I'm okay, and we'll check back in here in a bit. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna have to have a major nap later on, but very thankful. I'm not crying, that's just me yawning. Very thankful that there was no tornado here. I'm still getting notifications. Matt's texting me or something, but thank you everybody who checked in on me. I got a lot of Facebook messages, I got a lot of text messages. It's just crazy how spotty the service is out here, and it is kind of eerie feeling not knowing how bad it's going to get, because last night it was just, I don't know, from like 9 to 12 or 9 to 1, something like that. It was just hardcore rain. You hear hail hitting, and that flood, or the water inside the shop, you just see it just rising. I did have the sump pump going that entire time, and it was not keeping up with it. And I think it was, I don't know, maybe 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, it finally started slowing down, and it was able to catch up, and it did pump out all the water. And I don't know, just to give you an idea, oh shoot, oh, excuse me, give you an idea, once again, that creek around here is normally 2 feet wide, and as y'all saw, parts of it was about 30 feet wide, and that's no exaggeration. Just looking at those screenshots Matt was sending me of the flood and where the main storms were hitting, is very scary, seeing exactly where you're at right in the middle of it, and not being able to get any kind of cell signal or anything to check in and see how bad it's actually going to get. I don't know if Jason's going to come out here today. I don't know if Danielle's working, but one of the major bridges around here, it's normally at least 20-25 feet above where the water normally is. And yesterday, before all the storms rolled through, I drove by it, and water was within like 2 feet of that bridge, which is insane. And that was before all this rain, so no telling what it's like down there. I'm just glad that the water in the creeks over here did recede down, but you can definitely tell where all the grass was pushed down and how hard that stuff was flowing, because it was knocking some trees down on its way. And I only saw just portions of the property. Maybe later on I'll drive around and just look and see if there was any other kind of damage. I don't know what it's like in the front of the property where the campground is, or where my car's parked, so hopefully up there it's good. But yeah, for now, I guess I'm gonna go ahead and call this one a video. It was a very long night, and we'll have to prepare for it better in the future. I know I'm gonna get comments saying that we need to bring the tractor out and fix around the shop. Yes, I agree with that 100%, but unfortunately out here the mud is so bad, it's gonna have to be a few days before we can even move the tractor or other things like that. Unless you're right on the roadway, you're gonna sink, and it's gonna sink quick. So anyways, thank you for all the well wishes and the kind words. Anybody that's gonna talk shit, peace, I'll block you. And yeah, hope you guys have a great day, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.